Well, big dog, have you had a good day?
I've had a great day, bro.
Did y'all win?
No, we didn't win. We played. It was 6U. We played 2 games, and
So he's got
I got 5 kids.
5 kids.
I got a 10-year-old, 2 7-year-olds, a 4-year-old, and a 3-month-old.
Like half a baseball team.
It's literally a basketball team.
Yeah, basketball team.
It's literally a basketball team. Hey, we're trying to turn Brilliant into a 2A.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
So y'all got beat.
Yeah. It was a good game, though.
Yeah?
It was a pretty good game. Both times, them Berry teams, they're just good.
Oh, y'all play Barry.
We played Berry.
My buddy, y'all probably played my buddy's team. They got rings.
Now, we probably play, what age group?
6 or 7.
I don't know. I know 10U. We played 10U Thursday night. Dude, them kids.
Good, rocking it.
Dude, they play.
Babe Ruth.
They could have beat our high school team.
Really?
Yes.
So we're going to get into. We're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. I've been going through my list and stuff of what I'm going to ask Chance, and
I got a list.
What we're going to talk about. So if you're joining, you might hear some funny stories. You might hear some chaos, some Hulk chaos.
That's my other TikTok name and Instagram and everything else. But
Hulk chaos. So anyway, so I'm gonna get straight to it. So I heard you was an entrepreneur and starting. I don't know if it's in high school or middle school, but I heard you was making some cash. Who
told you this?
I can't tell you that.
Dude.
Yeah, I heard you just making some money.
Dude, hey,
just hear it. What'd you do?
all right, there was kids in my grade,
Yeah.
well, just in high school in general, that had part-time jobs, right? You know, they get off school. Some of them got out of school early to be able to go to work.
Yeah.
I was making more money than them doing what I was doing.
What was you doing?
I was selling biscuits.
Selling biscuits.
Selling biscuits at school.
So, was you going and buying the biscuits?
I would go buy the biscuits at Walmart.
Okay.
Okay, cheap biscuits, and I would I would buy bacon, or I never really bought sausage. Sausage does not have good profit margins.
Yeah.
Figured that out.
Oh, so what do you mean profit margins?
Okay, well, kids that age, a lot of them don't realize the difference between regular bacon and turkey bacon when once you put it on a biscuit and it's early in the morning.
They don't care.
They don't care.
As long as it's something.
It's bacon, so I never lied.
Yeah.
I got bacon biscuits here, $2 a piece.
Yeah.
You know, turkey bacon, but
Turkey bacon.
yeah, I would take 10
How many would you make?
I would make 10 most of the time. Sometimes
Just
I'd make
10?
more. I'd make 10. $2 a piece, that's $10. I mean, that's $20 a day.
Yeah.
You know, 10, 15 years ago, that's a lot of money for a kid that lived at home with mom and dad. Probably 10th grade.
10th grade. All the way up to your senior year?
Oh, all the way through. You know?
Making money.
Making bank, bro. Especially during deer season. When I get some deer, I would make deer jerky. And I'd sell it for $8 a sandwich bag.
Really?
Yeah, I'd make bank.
Making bank.
Yeah. And now, the rules, you're not supposed to be able to sell stuff like that in school.
So, on
But
the
I
table.
had teachers. Hey, I was like a mafia guy.
Yeah.
I had teachers buying biscuits.
Come on, hey, you got the biscuits.
Yeah. I'll give you half price if you don't rat me out.
I'll give you a free one. I'll give you a free one this time, but next time it's $4.
Dude, sometimes mom would buy the biscuits and the meat and stuff for me to make them, and I would charge her to buy a biscuit for Pace.
No.
Yeah, I only did that once or twice.
Yeah.
I knew she'd do
Listen
it.
to this guy over here. Pace, if you're listening, you had to buy your own biscuit.
He did.
For your brother.
He did.
That's messed up.
I'm like, hey, what about the labor?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's hilarious. So when they was telling me about it, I was like, what?
Who told you that?
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on, man.
Because I'm going to have to ask you something else. So I heard going back. Okay, no. Let me tell you my story about. I didn't sell these things we did the jerky, deer jerky,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
sure.
We sold some deer jerky and stuff like that, and we actually had I think he was our ag teacher back in middle school, and like we would bring in deer jerky, and he kind of seen that we was making a profit off of it, and he was like, how much y'all getting? We'd tell him, a couple dollars a bag, like $5-10 a bag, and he's like, Well, then we get a brochure. You know how like you have at the book fair where they show you,
Yeah.
all the kind of little different kind
Sure.
of things? Well, we get to class one day and he's like, he knew that deer season's over with.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm fixing to make some money for, to buy supplies for the school, for the class.
Oh, like a fundraiser.
Yeah, like a fundraiser. So what he did, and he trumped us. When I tell you trumped us, I can't remember the guy's name because he was only there for just a little while.
Yeah.
But he was a cool freaking ag teacher. But anyway, he had a whole brochure of beef sticks, like different types. Like you could get anything you could think of a spice.
He's seen the need for people to want to buy jerky.
Exactly.
So he used it.
I'm talking about he went to
smart.
town. Dude. I'm talking about he bought like a whole bandsaw and all kinds of stuff with that money.
People just buying jerky.
Oh yeah, and it kept going on like literally. And I think that the next teacher kind of seen that it was doing pretty good, and he did it. He did it as well. But let me go to the story that I'm talking about. What I did, I didn't sell these, but there was a guy that went to our church that had a whole bunch of peppers.
Yeah.
And he literally, like, he told me one day, he's like, hey, I like kind of, making sauce and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, he told me, he's like, man, I've got.
What kind of peppers? Like jalapeno?
Dude, he had ghost peppers.
He had them all.
He had cayenne peppers. He had a whole. So what he did, he just told me to go up there and pick.
Right.
Well, me being a young feller, like I wouldn't know what was different, so I just went and grabbed a whole bunch.
of peppers.
A bunch of peppers. I was just going. I'm talking about, dude. There was thousands. He had like a whole big, like it looked like a vineyard.
What did he do with them? Like, did he sell them?
Well, he kind of made like different things out of them.
Okay.
And like he would pickle them and put like put them in like pickled eggs and stuff like that, and just add different things to it. But anyway. But I just went and got a whole bunch of peppers.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, like, when I say I had 4 or 5 big bags of peppers. Well, I get home and I'm looking at these peppers. And
what am I going to do with all these peppers?
Yeah, I was like, why did I even get all these? I mean, like, really, why? Well, I was like, I took a bag, like a small bag.
Yeah.
To school. And, like, when I had them out, I chopped one up one time. I don't know why I did it.
You took them for yourself?
Yeah, it's for myself.
Yeah.
And I was eating them with like, whatever we had for lunch. I'd like chop it up, put it in there.
Right.
Well, then it kind of got as a like who could eat
turned into a competition.
Yeah, who could eat the pepper that was in it? You didn't know what you was getting. You might get a ghost pepper, cayenne
just
pepper.
draw.
Well, what was bad about it? All them peppers marinated in that bag, so they was extra, spicy.
So like some of the what's the levels of different hotness?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But it was like when I tell you,
That's gonna drive me crazy. Somebody's yelling at the screen right now.
It was like devil breath. I'm talking about it was so bad. Well, anyway, so a lot of the guys, some guys coming through at break, they was like, can you get me some of them peppers? And I was like, dude, I can get you whatever. I felt like I said, I got you
what you want.
I got what you need. I got what you need. So anyway, I just brought a whole bunch of bags, like individual bags.
Right.
And next day at break, I was getting hit up. They was like, hey man, you got them peppers?
You got them peppers?
I was like, yeah. And I didn't sell them. I just gave them away because I didn't. I mean,
bro, you gotta have that.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you what happened. So that was second period, for break. Well, after second period, I'm going to my next class, and it was English. And our English teacher did not like us skipping class by no means. So, because she was like to the letter, like you had to write this down, you had to learn,
Right.
And anyway, so
believe it or not, with my language, like, the way I talk, I'm sound like cornbread half the time.
Yeah.
English was actually one of my best subjects.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, saying it was my best subject's not saying a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I'm sitting in class, and I'm in 9th grade. So like I'm a freshman. So all these seniors and everybody, the whole school heard this. Our assistant principal gets on there. He says, Dexter Roberts, please report to the office. Dexter Roberts, please report. And knew I was in class, but the assistant principal didn't take the time to look for what class I was in. So he just reported all over the dang. So I'm like, Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I mean, he's loud on the mic. I mean,
he sounded mad.
oh, he was mad. I mean, he just said,
Get to the office.
Yeah, get to the office.
Get to the office.
So, and he left the thing on. So then everybody was kind of hearing.
You hear static.
Oh no, he was like, "What's going on? Get him up here!" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So I'm like, "What in the world is going on?" And I just look at everybody and like, I guess I'm going.
Nobody else really knew what it was about either.
So I get up there, and he looks at me. He said, "Son, you've caused one heck," but he didn't say heck, of a disturbance in my school. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on because I have no idea what I've done.
Right.
He opens, like the office is right here, and then he goes into the commons. He opens a door, and there's like people standing in line.
At the bathroom?
No, at the daggum, trying to get in to get, like, it's almost lunchtime.
Yeah.
They're trying to get into the lunchroom line to get milk.
Oh,
Dude,
they on fire.
It's done burn everybody up. I'm talking about, like, there's folks trying to go home. I'm talking about, I was like, what's going on? And these dudes, like, just like milk just pouring out of their mouth, hitting the ground. And I'm like, oh my gosh. He said, son, what did you give them? Battery acid? And I was like, no, I gave them some peppers. They said they want some peppers. I had some peppers. Don't you ever bring anything like that in my school again. I was like, dude, man. I thought I was going to jail for something.
Like they do anything else?
No, they just told me to go to class.
Wow.
But they confiscated all the peppers.
They confiscated
they confiscated the pepper. Look, it literally, when I got, he said, you can pick these up when you leave to go to school. Are you a bus rider or are you a carpool? And I was like, I'm carpool. He said, you pick them up. You know what? Tell your parents to come in here and pick them up. I'm like, oh God, my mom gonna kill me. So I'm thinking about all day. I'm finna get,
oh my goodness.
But literally, it looked like a drug. Like drugs all in front.
Did they post it on Facebook? A little picture, the police departments do.
No, but I had football practice that next week.
Yeah,
and he was one of our coaches, and he said, well, here comes Pepper Boy.
Pepper Boy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Man, my mouth, man. I had teeth pulled.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday.
How was that?
It didn't hurt.
Knock on wood. I can't knock on wood, but knock
on
something. I ain't
right
never
back
had none pulled.
I hadn't either. Well, I'd had some taken out when I was younger because I had some dental issues. I had some adult teeth that just never formed.
Yeah.
So those baby teeth, fused to the jawbone. So I'm like 6th grade. I had to have oral surgery to get them taken out.
Oh gosh.
My teeth were straight, but I ended up having to have braces for 5 years
Yeah.
to fill those gaps in. But with those gaps being there, it left room for my wisdom teeth to come in with no issue, right? Yeah. Well, so those wisdom teeth, after I've had them for, 10, 15 years, they're so far back that when you brush, it's really hard to really brush them good. Mm-hmm. So they're easy to get cavities and stuff like that, and they can cause issues with your normal teeth.
Yeah.
Well, the dentist said it'd be good to get them out of there and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so he filled 2 cavities and he pulled those 2 top wisdom teeth out.
Did they give you the funny gas?
No, that cost $90, and you know how I am. I'm like, nah.
Penny pincher.
Well, yeah. Anyway, I gotta save money for my hunting dues.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they said it's $90. I'm like, nah. How many people usually get the nitrous to get their teeth pulled? He's like,
everybody.
kids, and not a lot of people. I'm like, no, I'm a man. I'll take it.
You did all that, but without anything.
Just the numbing shots.
Just the numbing shots.
And you want me to tell you something? I didn't feel any pain.
So he did good.
He did a fantastic job.
Jeez.
Shout out to Dr. Smith,
Dr.
Dentistry
Smith.
in Gwinnett, Alabama.
Heck yeah.
Free advertisement.
Free advertisement.
That was so good.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
If you need something pulled, he can pull it for you.
I'm telling you. And he actually does every month he has a day where he'll pull teeth for free for people that are poor and stuff like that. They can't really afford it, don't have insurance.
Dirt for poor.
Yeah. But he'll actually do that for free for them.
That's awesome.
And I thought that's a good work. But anyway, I felt no pain.
No pain.
No, he kept saying big stick when he was going to give me the numbing shot. Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Yeah.
The only thing that the drilling bothered me when they did the cavities, but the only thing that really scared me was their little tool when they're going to pull the teeth. Mm-hmm. They're pushing and back and forth. It looks like a screwdriver almost.
Yeah.
And my thought was like, he's gonna slip off this tooth and stab me in the throat. And I was a little nervous, but he popped him right out, man, and sent me on my way. The nitrous would have been a waste of money because it, like I said, it didn't hurt at all.
Huge, yeah.
I heard you had an eventful weekend.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
So I want to know. I heard something about you. You play football.
You know, I get nervous every time you say I feel like I heard something about you.
So
I'm like, is this pre-Jesus or after redemption?
I have no idea. Probably after.
It was after redemption?
No. Before. It was before.
Oh, okay. See, that's what makes me nervous.
Well, so you played for Brilliant, right?
Brilliant
football?
Tiger, baby.
Football? You play football? What position you play?
Guess. Look at me and guess.
Nose guard.
Bro, how you get that? Nobody ever gets that.
Was he?
Yeah, I played nose guard. Yeah.
Oh, I was guessing.
Nose guard and D tackle.
Heck yeah.
I'm slow as Christmas though.
Yeah.
Like,
but you got down
40 yards? No, I'm running slow.
So
from here to there, I'd be locked.
I don't know if this is true or not, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna hear,
Okay.
from the horse's mouth and say,
Okay. I'm 5'7", so I'm more like a pony. But it's fine.
So, did you? This might be somebody else that did this. But
Okay.
They thought that it might be you or somebody else.
Okay.
But
did they go to Brilliant?
Yes.
Okay.
So did you get mad at a football game and take everything off and get out and
That was baseball.
Baseball.
Who's telling you these stories?
So you was on baseball.
It was baseball. I walked off the field in my underwear.
Yeah, that's what
middle of the game.
That's what that said. Why? Why?
Okay.
Why'd you strip down your
Listen.
Okay, I can understand stripping, like taking your shirt or your shoulder pads and all this and your helmet off.
Yeah.
But you got naked at a baseball game?
Oh, yeah, but Dad said, I don't blame you, son.
How
Let's
old was
go.
you?
18.
18?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude.
And you got down your boxers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not like boxer briefs, matter of fact.
my
I
God.
didn't have sliding shorts.
Okay, so tell the story.
Okay. Anyway, what happened was we had a game on a Friday night, right? Well,
Who was y'all playing?
when I stripped her,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We were playing Hackleburg when this happened. Anyway, but we played Bear Creek the Friday before that, right? And it was actually a good fight there. Good story for a fight. I'll tell you about that after a while. But anyway, we played Bear Creek that Friday night. And after the game, the coach tells us, hey, we're going to have a work day tomorrow. A little short notice, don't you think? And Dad, he built furniture on the side, and we would plan things months ahead of time to be able to go to deliver to people. Well, we had scheduled a delivery to Trustful that Saturday, the day of the work day.
Yeah.
And I told Coach right after he told everybody, I said, hey, Coach, we've had this scheduled for months. We've got to get this done. I've got to go help deliver that table. That's part of my job,
Yeah.
And he was like, I understand. That's fine. Well, Monday rolls around, and we got a game, right? And we're playing Hackleburg. Well, he decides to start a ninth grader over me not because the ninth grader was any camp, because he wasn't. Because
Hang on, listen to him.
but hey, I'll call it like it is. But because I wasn't at the work day, he was taking it out on me.
Sure.
And that rubbed me the wrong way, And I was already kind of at ends. Coach didn't know nothing about baseball, We wasn't no good.
Yeah.
We was no good.
Yeah.
And anyway, and I wanted to go fishing, honestly. But anyway, so I sit there through the first inning. I'm like, what? I'll take it on the chin first inning. Well, next inning rolls around, he puts him back out there. It ain't like he did anything good the first inning.
Sure.
So I said, all right, that's fine. Weather looks pretty. I bet the fish are biting. I said, hey, Coach, we keep everything but the pants, right? Like when we're done playing, we got to turn those in. He was like, yeah, why? All right. I unbuckled, pulled them down, pulled them over my cleats and off, tossed them to him. I said, I'm going fishing.
No, you did.
I did. I walked across the field, all the way to the other side.
What? Was there a bunch of people there?
Dude, it was the middle of the game. Dad was waiting on me on the other side of the fence. He said, I don't blame you, son. Let's go. So we walk over the truck, get in, go to the house. and I went fishing.
Oh my God.
So, but the next day at school, I had to go to the principal's office, of course. And Jack Case, love Jack Case. He's the old principal at Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good man. You're right. But he was stern, you know. Well, I get called to the office, of course, and he said, Holt, I heard you showed your butt yesterday ball game. I said, literally.
Yeah.
And, he said,
You
well,
take your shirt off too?
no, I kept my jersey.
kept
I
your
got my shirt on, you know. I'm just got my skivvies.
So why did you take it? Because you had to give.
I had to turn my pants in. Everything else I kept.
Okay.
You know, I didn't want to have nothing else to do with it.
Yeah.
Right? I was done with it. Didn't want no more part of it.
Yeah.
So I turned them in. They ended up having to, they got the athletic director, which was my football coach, to hand down the punishment. And I had to run up and down the dadgum hill by the football field 100 times. And honestly, he wasn't that mad about it.
Yeah.
I think he kind of understood.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? So he kind of cut me a little slack.
What did the guy say? What did the other coach? I bet he was like.
He didn't say anything. He didn't talk to me. He didn't talk to me the rest of the year.
I bet he was furious.
I don't care. Now, to be fair, towards the end of the school year before I graduated, I ended up apologizing to him. Just to clear the air. You know,
Yeah.
It's like, while I disagree with the way you handled that, I disagree with the way I handled it too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good memory, though.
Yeah, it is. When they said it, I was like, he did what?
Yeah.
I was like,
The best thing was Jack Hayes was I heard you showed your butt yesterday at the ball game. Literally.
We're sitting, hanging out behind the boat. If you see us, where you've got all kinds of backdrops,
The sign's the main thing.
so you never know where we're going to be. We might be in your front yard one day.
Yeah. Hey, you
You
got
never know. If you got any questions, want to ask us anything, hop on here. This is a live podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to be telling stories, talking about everything from Jesus to
Jesus to the Joneses.
yeah, that's right.
You know?
That's right.
I mean, it's literally a show about anything with a biblical worldview.
Yeah, and we tell funny stories and just this stuff that we've experiences. Like we just heard about Chance getting butt naked.
Yeah.
Oh, not butt naked.
Skivvy naked.
Skivvy naked at a baseball game. I thought it was a football game, but
Oh, no. I wouldn't do that to my football coach, man.
that's hilarious.
I watched him pick up a kid, like during the middle of a game.
Yeah, I'd
Showed
hate
him.
for him to pick you up naked.
He was a big guy. Anyway, like he got mad, and he like my buddy, the player, got mad and showed his butt a little bit. And when he got to the sideline, coach just picked him up like this right here. Don't you really know?
Just got
Pretty
wild.
intimidating guy. Pretty intimidating.
So I'm gonna tell you
guy.
a story about the like. Did I tell you a story about the old turkey hunter?
I don't remember.
So I'm a big time turkey hunter.
I'm getting into it.
He's kind of getting into it. And if you could see our previous video we made
Of us turkey hunting.
of his turkey hunting, it was very chaos.
It was. That's
but-
literally the name of it.
Yeah,
Total
chaos.
chaos.
And
With snakes.
yeah, with snakes, first it was a
It was a black racer.
black racer, then a copperhead.
Then found a copperhead.
But
Lucky I didn't get bit.
there's so many stories that I've had going through. Man, I'll tell you a story about me and going. I hunted with. Got to hunt with Dan Cabela a couple years back. Guy who owns. They own Cabela.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and
Bruh.
so it was spare the moment kind of thing.
I've known you how long, and I'm just now finding out about this?
Well, this was what's crazy about it. So I'm up there guiding with these guys up in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, you got it a little bit, too, didn't you? I forgot
guided
about that.
turkey hunting, and they literally come in and bought the place out. They was like, "Hey, we want to bring our family up here and for them to just have a little getaway."
What state did you
His
say this was
mom
in?
is Kentucky,
Kentucky.
and his mother, I think his brother and his daughter, they all went. We all went hunting, but there was two guys that took his mother and his brother. They went somewhere else, and the guy who owned the place, he's like, "Hey, I want you to take Dan and his daughter."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Was you nervous?
Yeah, because
Of course.
I mean, he owns Cabela, so I didn't
Yeah.
know what to think. You know, I'm like,
You gotta make a
I'm
good
thinking-
impression.
I'm thinking that this guy's like, like Michael Waddell, Dave Bland.
Right,
I'm just
right.
like, I've never met him before. I just knew the name Cabela, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So anyway, they paired us up with a camera guy. Never met him in my life. This first time I ever met him, and we go out, and sure enough, they send me to a place that's got tons of birds. Well, he said, I want my daughter to kill one first. So we get up there, and man, they're just going bananas.
Right.
And I told the guy, I was like, hey man, he didn't bring no gun. He like literally the day that we get up there, I meet him, and he's like, so where's our camouflage at? And I was like, our camouflage. I was like,
was they supposed to bring that?
I was like, did you not bring no camouflage? And he's like, oh, we just coming in on a jet. And I was like, oh, okay.
That man.
So they get him some camouflage and everything, and they didn't even have a gun. So I was like, here, you can use my gun.
So you had to give him your clothes off your back.
No,
and
I didn't
your
give him my clothes. I gave him because he's a little bit taller and bigger fella, so I didn't give him my clothes. But
so he's fat.
No,
you talking bad about Cabela guy?
He's just a big guy.
He's
just a tall guy. Well, anyway, so we get out there and we're turkey hunting and everything, and he's using my gun, and his daughter using one of my buddy's guns.
The TriStar?
No, this was
actually a different gun.
This was actually a 12 gauge.
Oh.
And so we're out there hunting. We're walking up through there, and I'm like, when it comes to turkey hunting, if I don't care if you're my best friend or whatever, if you screw up a turkey hunt,
make you frustrated.
I'm gonna say something to you about it. I mean, it's just something that it's like, hey, do everything I do. If I tell you sit down, you sit down.
Well, you told me that last year. We were sitting there. You said, hey, quit moving your head.
Yeah, don't.
How would you tell me that 3 times?
Yeah, I was like, be still. You gotta be still.
In a short period of time.
Yeah, because turkeys, I mean, like, if they could smell, you wouldn't ever kill them. Well, anyway, so we're out there, we're hunting and stuff, and literally, I said, all right, we got to be real quiet going in through here. There's supposed to be a bunch of birds up there. And when I tell you, Chance, we go over, it's dark. We're getting in there right before daylight, and this guy steps on a log, and it breaks.
Loud.
And I just turn around, and when it breaks, dude, they was gobbling. I was probably 40 birds down in this holler, and I was like, we in them, boys.
Hey, question.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do turkeys, like I said, I'm just, I'm pretty new to the turkey hunting thing.
Yeah.
Do turkeys tend to hang out more in like hollers and stuff?
Well, they like to be in, man, it just depends really. They like staying in close to creeks.
Okay.
Something to where they can get away if they need to.
Right.
They like around here. They like getting in close to rivers and creeks and down in bottoms. Sometimes they get on ridges. A lot of pines. They like getting in pines. Just something that
something that offers more cover.
More cover, but something that they can, if they need to get out right. Of Dodge, they can get out.
See, the reason I ask, I was wondering because a lot of people like there's songs about the turkey being hung up in the holler, and I've noticed that like the ones I've seen are like where they roost and stuff. Mm-hmm. The ones I've seen have always been in a holler or somewhat of a holler.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times, especially during turkey season, a lot of your turkeys, they don't, like during the fall, they won't stay in that same spot. So a lot of your turkeys, they'll move to a different spot during turkey season.
That's why I ain't seen these turkeys.
Yeah, because a lot of times you'll be out there, deer hunting, and all of a sudden you'll see a bunch of turkeys.
Yeah, I seen them every day when I hunted. Yeah. Like every afternoon I hunted, I would watch them go up into a roost.
Yeah, they'll change it.
Nowhere nearby this time.
Sometimes because you're like, man, I got a good spot to turkey hunting, and all of a sudden here comes turkey season, they won't be there.
That's crazy.
But back to the story on Dow, you're good. So we're up there, and I'm like, all right, we're in them. So, and I had a decoy, and I got a video and a picture of me and Dan laying down, and I put this decoy down, and you remember his daughter was going to shoot at first, but there was so many turkeys. By the time we got to our spot, she was further back, and he was like, I'm just going to shoot. And I was like, okay. So I get up, and I put the daggum decoy down, and I'm telling you what, like, he said he'd been turkey hunting before, but he had not been like this close to him.
Right.
He had been, kind of, at somewhere else, like where there's a bunch of them, but it was wide open, so not a lot of trees.
Right.
So anyway, we'll get down there, and I put that decoy down, and when I tell you, there was so many birds. When they flew down, it sounded like, it was just chaos. They was just all just coming down through there. Well, anyway, he ends up shoots one, and we have a good time doing that. Well, the camera guy, he's filming this entire time, and he's got long hair, big old beard. I mean, kind of, he looked the part.
Sure.
He looked like he was one of them Robinson boys,
Oh, okay, yeah. You look like you could blow a duck call.
Yeah, I mean, he for sure. So anyway, and I usually hoot, during the morning times to locate a bird.
Right.
And
hey, can you hoot in the afternoons?
Yeah,
to locate for a roost.
Well, late.
Late, okay.
But anyway, so we're getting out there the next morning, and it's his daughter's turn, and we get on some birds and things. She shoots one. We have another good time, another good hunt. But the next day, we go to this I'm talking about, it was just like the Rocky Mountains. I'm talking about it was mountains all behind us and all this kind of stuff. We're down this valley, and literally the smoke was going over top of the trees. I mean, just
like the fog.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty.
Yeah. Just fog going across the trees and fog's up in the mountains, and I was like, oh my gosh, man, this right here is going to be the best time. And the entire time, Dan's like, man, we're having a blast, just having a great time. Well, the camera guy, he's been real quiet. I mean, he's having a good time with us, been talking and engaging with us and stuff. Well, all of a sudden the camera guy just walks up and he says, hey man, he said, you care if I start the morning? He said, I was like, yeah, man, if you want to hoot, do your thing.
Uh-oh. So
he grabs his camera and puts it on his shoulder, and me and Dan's standing right there with his daughter, and we're just looking out this beautiful. We're just waiting for a turkey to gobble. Hadn't heard one yet.
Who?
And no, it was not a who. This guy goes and screams at the top of his. I'm talking about, like, he sounded like he was Tarzan. Just screams, and I'm just like looking at him, and I just can't believe. We're with the guy who owns Cabela's, and everything is done great. We've had a great time, and then this happens, and I'm like, what in the world? So I didn't say nothing to him. I just kind of ease up, trying to be professional.
Yeah.
I ease up to this guy, and I was like, what the heck did you just do? And he's like, it always, he lives up north.
Oh.
So he said, man, it always works for up north. And I was
That's
like,
a different bird.
I was like, buddy, I said, I don't know if you got Sasquatch living up in your timber. I said, but around here, we probably ain't gonna hear no bird for a month. And no crap, we didn't hear a bird for an hour. And literally, I was like, I'm talking about, it was beautiful. I'm talking about, as far as you could see was everything. We had 2,000 acres we could hunt.
Oh, man.
And I was looking at all these, meadows and just like fingers of trees and all these big hardwoods going out, and the river goes down through there. I was like, oh, we finna hear something in here. But because when they dropped me a pin, I was like, oh man, this looks kind of nice. And I get there and it looks
Squatch
like,
fires
it
off.
looks like Narnia. It's like, oh, we're gonna find something in here. And it just looked too Turkish. And when he did that, I was like, I said that to him, and I walked back and I said, I'm so sorry, sir. I said, I have no idea what he did. I said, but he would not do that again.
Tried to take the heat off of you.
I said, he would not do that again. And he said, I ain't gonna lie, kind of scared me. And I was like, okay. Well, we ended up killing a bird after that.
Well, that's good.
Huge bird.
Well, maybe that's the trick.
Huge bird. No,
maybe he scares off all the little ones.
It was not. It was not a trick. I'm telling you what. But he did it, and I was kind of looking over this way, and he just yelled, and it was like, just screamed, and it kind of scared me too. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what in the world? It was a pretty fun time.
So what is it? What do you think is harder to kill? You think like hunting turkeys in Alabama, Mississippi area is the same as hunting them in Kentucky?
No. If you can kill a turkey in Alabama, in Mississippi, or Georgia, you can kill them anywhere. Fella, I'm a big time turkey hunter, and I usually have killed almost my limit by now, and I have had no success. I can't say it hadn't been a success because I've seen turkeys. I've been in them. I've been close to it, been real close.
Just not the right opportunity.
Well, I've had trespassers come on the place, and I've had I've had I had coyotes and hens. You know, it's hard to compete with a real thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've had a good time. I mean, God's blessed us. We've been able to see some pretty mornings, hear some birds. Just hadn't made it happen. But,
Dang, bro.
But we will.
Eventually.
But up north, I mean, it's a whole.
Why do you think it's different?
Well,
Pressure?
the pressure, the amount of, like, I just seen a study today where, do you know? Guess how many turkeys has been killed in the state of Alabama that's been registered? Some people don't even register them.
I have no idea.
Just take a wild guess. In the state of Alabama, you have to do a check-in.
Right. You gotta do the game check.
Yeah, just think how many.
I'm guessing
About and it just come in a few weeks ago.
20,000. Is that a low number?
20,000?
I don't know.
That's a lot of turkeys. No, it's actually around 12,900 and something. Longbeards.
What's it usually go?
I mean, that's pretty. I mean, think about it. That's a lot of turkeys.
That's a lot of turkeys. I just wonder how many turkey hunters there are.
But listen, there's like 427 jakes has been killed, and there's one county that has killed 600 something. My phone's dead, or I could tell you the exact number. But there's one county, I can't remember what county it is, but they've shot 600 something longbeards.
Wow,
that's a lot of turkeys. And you got to think about it. There are a lot of more people are hunting in Alabama. I mean, there's a lot of hunters out in general, but like around here, there's a lot of people that just there's a lot of hunters out. We have a lot of predators, a lot of coyotes.
Yeah, coons.
A lot of coons, and just a lot of stuff that's, if you actually kill a longbeard, in Alabama, that's pretty
significant.
You're pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's hard. But up north, I mean, we can kill, I think, 4 to 5 birds here.
Mm-hmm.
Up north, you only kill one. Some states you can only kill one. Some states you can kill 2. But and I mean, their population and they're just
not as vast.
There's a bunch of them up there.
Oh, really?
There's a bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch of turkeys up there. But I mean, it's just they don't have the pressure, and once you get up there, I mean, they're pretty easy. Like there's you can go to Nashville. There's be some blowed up in somebody's yard.
That's crazy.
Just walking down the road, you see a longbeard, and you're like, man, you don't do that in Fayette. You don't be doing that in Fayette County. It's a bunch of road hunters. But yeah. Any turkey questions? Ask away.
Okay.
But what you got there?
I got something that I thought was crazy that I seen the other day.
Okay, what is it about?
The draft.
There is going to be a draft.
Is there going to be a draft, or are they just like...
Well, what they said is that there's going to be a draft.
Wait, was this...
And it's like in December.
Is it a draft, or like somebody put it on Facebook and we didn't actually read the article?
I mean, no, I've seen it. A couple people...
What's... let's say... Was it...
It's like, I think it's like 18 to 31.
I ain't going.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh, dude, you gone. You gone.
I don't want to go.
I'll take care of your hunting spots, man.
Now, hold on.
I'll take care of your hunting spots. So, you know what's bad about it?
What?
So I'm picturing like some of the people that are going to get drafted. If there is a draft, they're going to get drafted.
I got a good joke I've heard on that.
And they're going to be going down through there, and they're going to be
they're vaping.
or somebody's going to be like, hang on just a second. I got my grenades. Where's my vape?
Where's my geek bar?
Where's my vape at? They ain't going to leave. They ain't gonna be like, hang on.
Hey,
I can't cross that line, boy, and get that guy. Somebody find my vape.
Where's my jewel at?
Yeah, where's my jewel?
Dude.
Yeah. And think about it. They're going to be over there puffing that vape, and the snipers, they're just going to see that puff.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Can't go without it. Dude.
It ain't like back in the day.
I know. Think about vape is like you can have it. You don't have to like take. It's not as constrained as cigarettes were. Like,
Yeah.
you know, cigarettes.
Everybody be like, "Hey man, you got a cigarette? You got a cigarette?"
Yeah, yeah.
Now they're gonna be like,
Or they gotta
"You
go
got you got
outside."
them things charged up.
Yeah, especially like our time, like they got to go outside. You know, they've got to light it up, and they got to find a place to throw it away.
Yeah.
They, you know, stuff like that. These little vapes, you keep them in your pocket. You know,
Yeah.
blow it. I mean, so people, it's like a constant.
They say like they have to have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my allergies too bad. I can't puff on nothing.
I can't do it.
I can't
do
either.
it. I'll be over here hacking. But that's what I was thinking.
This pollen kills me, much less
yeah.
a blueberry cheesecake. Go to my nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good.
I remember I was turkey hunting with my buddies, and he was over to my left a little bit, but the wind was hitting me. And you know, you're out there turkey hunting.
Now Fruit Loops. Like, what the-
well, I'm just sitting there. You know, we're on a spot where there's some birds at, and all of a sudden, you know, you could about this time you could start to smell, you know, like the wild onions out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Or you
yeah.
can smell honeysuckle.
Right. Yeah.
And well, I'm sitting there, and
Let's see where it's going.
I'm sitting there, and I got my gun, and we're just, you know, getting ready for this turkey to gobble, and because we know where he's at. We're sitting there, and I said, and I got a sign. My sinus was messed up. And I was like, "Hey, am I getting COVID again? I'm smelling something weird." And a few minutes later, I'd smell it again. And I look over, and my buddy, he is done.
What did it smell like?
It was something like I mean, it smelled like some sweet coffee. I mean, like some type of coffee. I was thinking, I was like,
I didn't see him bring a thermos in here.
yeah, I was like, hang on, a freaking Starbucks around here somewhere in Pittswood. Head brew around here. I was like, man, what in the world? I was like, I'm getting cold again. I'm smelling something. I'm smelling something weird. I know there ain't no 7 brew out here.
Dude. No, yeah, it's like you were just walking around somewhere and all of a sudden you smell pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, it's everywhere. Ain't no telling what dust our lungs, you know, just
No, I don't feel-
secondhand smoke of that.
I don't feel like they've been out long enough to have enough evidence of what happens long term. You know, because like, you know, regular old smokes, they've got a lot of years on them, so you can like see the evidence and stuff like that. But like vapes and stuff, it's like they're rather new.
My grandfather, I'll tell you, there was an old store. Oh, it was a barbecue restaurant down in Fayette, and it was called LB's. If any of y'all have ever been to LB's, it was phenomenal.
I don't think I've ever been.
Yeah, that was actually one of my first jobs. I was actually a cook.
Really?
Yeah, I hated it. But oh yeah, it was terrible. I was like, I like to cook, but I don't like cooking up me hamburgers and all that mess.
Sure.
But anyway, I remember my granddaddy. There was some old fellers that was in there, and we went down there to go get a barbecue, and my granddaddy took me, and I'm little. I mean, little. I was probably Jenny's age, and we get in there, and one of my granddaddy's friends was in there, and we kind of sit by him. But there's some older gentlemen. They, you know, summertime, middle of the day, hot. He's in there with this old man was in there with a long sleeve, had his hat. You know, they keep.
Oh
the
yeah,
hat.
they keep it. It's like they put it on with tweezers.
I mean, if wind gusts, it's gone.
No, that's the thing. How do they keep it on?
Yeah,
Because like it's barely on there.
barely on, but that joker was on. Son.
My granddaddy was the same way. But like I would see him, he'd drive down the road, windows down. That thing would never move. It's like, what'd you do? Tape it on there?
I know what it is.
What?
Hairspray. You know, they all had hairspray.
A lot of them did have hairspray.
They locked that joker in. that joker, when it touched, yeah. When it touched that hat, it was on.
That ain't hairspray. That's adhesive spray.
Yeah, that's right. Well, anyway, we was in there, and this feller, you know, he was a skinny old feller, and he was drinking hot, black
Look
coffee.
like motor oil.
I'm
Burnt
talking about
motor
just
oil.
sitting there, and you know, usually us, you know, we've got little lids. I mean, we've broke it
Hold
down.
it 2 hands like it's
Yeah,
there.
hold it 2 hands, like, you know, like, hey man, it's gonna burn.
They
my
hold
lip.
it out like it's right
They're
here.
sitting here just drinking it like a daggum soda pop, you know, just drinking it, and smoke's just billowing off their lips, you know. Had a cigarette, you know, ash hanging down like that right there, and I'm over here. You know, when you're young, you're just like taking in everything.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
looking. You're like, you know, this guy right here, and he's he's sitting there, and I'm just eating my barbecue sandwich, looking at this feller, talk, and he's eating, drinking his coffee and smoking a cigarette, and then he starts coughing and hacking. I mean, just cough. I mean, just terrible.
Man.
And I look at him and my buddy, and I'm just sitting here just looking at him like, man, what are you doing? And he's over here drinking coffee, and I know it's burning his throat. I mean, he just
Callous tongue.
I'm talking about just burning it, and ain't got no taste buds. If he eats
Burn 'em
something,
off.
he don't know what it is. Well, anyway, my granddaddy's buddy's like, son,
That's a spider.
that is a spider, and I don't like spiders.
Drop him on the ground.
There he is right there.
There he was right there.
So anyway, he goes and looks at me, and I'm little, and he says, so when you get older, you gonna start smoking? I said, not if I'm doing all that. That burnt me right there. I'm talking about that fella was sitting there just hacking. He didn't have no lung at all.
Dude, my grandma, she smoked. And I remember, I don't know, something about when we were younger, 90s, late 90s and stuff like that. Early 2000s.
Oh,
even.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It was different. Things were like, I remember going through a bank drive-through, and my grandma was smoking in the car with me. Of course, that's frowned upon.
Yeah.
And
not in the car seat.
no, I was in the front seat.
Jumping back and forth.
I was in the front. I'm pretty sure I was buckled.
Yeah.
But I was in the front passenger seat. She was driving, smoking her cigarette. We went through the bank drive-through. But I wanted a cigarette. But she wasn't going to light it, of course.
Yeah.
So she gave me one. She had me one of them.
Just sitting there.
Marlboro 100.
Yeah.
The silver pack.
Yeah.
But
you got a ruler in your mouth.
Yeah, hundreds.
Yeah.
But she'd hand me one. She wouldn't light or nothing. I just had it in my mouth. I remember going through the bank drive-through, her doing something at the bank. And
Mama, you like
women
it?
just looking in,
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's like
It's normal.
it was normal.
But
So-
you think back at it
like that, them folks thought we was trashy.
dirt for pork.
But dude, I remember. Eventually, when I was about 8 years old, a lot of my family came to Christ.
Yeah.
At that time, my great grandmother, she got bad sick, and she wanted us to all go to church with her.
Sure.
Well, we started going to church with her, and she ended up not being as bad sick as we all thought.
Yeah.
But we all stayed.
Yeah.
And around that time, Jesus really worked on my family.
Sure.
Dad started going back to church. Mom always took me to church. But Dad started going back to church. Papa and Nana started going back to church. And at that time, before that, there was a lot of lack of Jesus
Yeah.
in our family. Well, Papa, I would love to get him on our podcast to be able to tell a testimony.
Sure.
Because before that, he would drink a lot and smoke and dip and everything else. And one day, he laid it all down,
Yeah.
cold turkey, and never picked it back up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But saying that, after that time, my grandma, she tried to quit. She never did.
Yeah.
But she would hide it from him.
Oh, yeah.
So she would go back in her bathroom and smoke, and he knew she did, but he would never tell her that he knew. That way she'd keep hiding it, and she'd do it less.
Yeah. It's usually the man is go back there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back there and smoke.
But anyway, she'd call me some chance. Can you go buy me a pack of cigarettes?
Yeah.
So I'd go pick her up some, bring them over here.
God, that's crazy. You think about it, a lot of the older ladies, they did that brute and snuff like we was talking about.
Yeah, and previous podcast.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Nana, she was more of a fancier lady.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't do nothing like that.
She wouldn't do that.
Now she would smoke, but
I'd
she
smoke
would
that
hold
cigarette.
it properly.
I don't free baby.
Like
I will smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. No. Dude, that's another story I need to tell you.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Nana, she always kept the house real fancy. Papa keeps it pretty, good in there now still. But she had like fancy stuff, the china cabinet and all that nice pots and pans or whatever. And she had these 3 bottles of this wine is what it was, but it was for looks, So they kept it in like a little thing in their dining room, just for looks. Well, we're about 15, 14, 15. Me and one of my buddies was over here, and I don't think I've ever told Papa this story. I don't think I've ever told anybody this story.
Yeah.
But anyway, we decided, was like, we gonna drink. We seen them in there. We'd been fishing or something in the pond.
Yeah, we're gonna sneak a little.
So we snuck one of them, and we went up to the loft of the barn.
Yeah.
If you've seen any of our previous episodes, that's where we're at in the barn.
Yeah.
But we're in the loft of that barn, and we get up there in the loft of that barn, and we realize there's a cork in it.
Yeah.
We ain't got no thing to pull the cork out.
Pull it
you know,
out, yeah.
so it was like, but we got a pocket knife.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Pocket knife, it gets down there and
You scrape it, you knock that cork all off in that wine, and we're we're closing our teeth and trying to slurp it and use our teeth to filter out that cork.
Yeah.
It didn't work a lot. So, but yeah, we tried sipping on that wine we stole from my grandma.
Yeah. I got something to tell you about that. So me and my cousin Trevor, so he lived in Vernon at the time, and he's probably 12 and I'm 10. He's 2 years and 2 days older than me, and I'm telling you, when I tell you we was what am I talking about? We was crazy. We got in some stuff. You know?
Oh, okay, rough.
Hell raisers.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, he lived over in Vernon, and we went riding four-wheelers over at my house. He came home, came to Hubbardville at the time, and was just staying for a weekend. And we was going to ride four-wheelers, but we only had one four-wheeler to ride, so we was riding my four-wheeler, just going up. I mean, there ain't no telling how many miles we put on that thing. I mean, and we would, be running through folks' fields, don't even know who they were. I'm talking about just giving that.
You the folks people post on Facebook. You the folks and people post on Facebook. Who did this?
Yeah, who did this? If they had cell cameras back in, we'd be in, in jail.
Dang.
But anyways, we was riding four wheelers, and we was coming back. It was hot summer day, and anyway, we come back and was gonna get some. We usually had some either Dr. Pepper or some type of salt,
soda,
Yoo-hoo or something like that, or water or something like that.
I like a Yoo-hoo now.
Yeah, but anyway, we get
that
there,
chocolate water.
We get there, wasn't no drinks. I was like, dang man, we're parched. We finna go drink some creek water.
Ooh,
and you never drank creek water? Oh my god,
no,
dude,
bro,
you ain't country.
I knew about brain-eating amoebas.
Oh my gosh!
We had a spring.
You're young. We
had a spring.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
that's what we drank water.
He goes across the rocks. You good? Anyway,
I don't think that's.
I mean, I'm fine. But anyway,
are you?
Maybe. I've been single lately, but anyway, we go and get us try to go get us a drink, and we opened the door, there wasn't nothing there, and there was like milk and some buttermilk, and I was like, I ain't buttermilk.
You don't like buttermilk?
Heck.
Still don't like buttermilk?
No.
Dude, I love buttermilk.
Weird. Anyways,
you ain't country.
so we opened the drawer. Trevor opens the drawer, and my mama, she don't drink either, but my mama had a Budweiser.
Some of that left-handed water.
No, some Budweiser. It was in a bottle. And she was gonna get it and make like a drunk chicken.
Okay.
You chicken.
Yeah.
Well, so and it'd been in there for a minute. I mean, been in there a couple years.
Green. Oh, years.
Years. And it'd been rolling around. We'd open it up at the bottom, and I mean, it was basically a covered over to
aged.
It was covered over to What is going on? But anyway, is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay. So anyway, we are.
See.
What?
All right, keep going.
So anyway, we're just like looking at this beer, and he's like, "Y'all drink?" And I'm like, We thought drinking was cool, We sang. I was like, he's like, yeah. I said, yeah, we drink.
Of course we do.
He's like, he rolled back. He said, man, that's a Budweiser, and he's seen his eyes got big, and I was like scared. My eyes got scared, because I seen it, and I was like, that's a grown up drink,
Yeah.
And because she done told me don't touch this. You know,
Right.
It's not for you.
Dad always called it monkey pee.
Yeah.
You don't want to drink monkey pee.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we both kind of looked at each other, and he said, "Y'all drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, we drank." And he said, "Well, let's drink it." And I was like, "Okay." You know, okay.
Peer pressure at its finest.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And I was like, I'm getting in trouble. I was like, well, he's older than me. He's like, I thought he was cool. So I was like, all right, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, so I get it. And I was scared to death. And he was like, well, I'll put it in my pocket. I was like, no. So what I did, I opened the tailgate on the back, in the four-wheeler. It's got that little light. It's where your tools and stuff go.
Yeah.
So you just open it's got this little.
You put it in there.
I put it up in there, and I was like, let's go to the river. So the river's right on our property, and we went down. Instead of going on our property, we went on somebody else's property because I didn't want my granddad and all them
to ride up and see you.
Right up and see it. So I was thinking. So we get down there, and I'm nervous. I'm talking about but it takes a minute to get down there. I mean, we had to go through, and it's a hot day, so. By the time we get down there, this beer is done turned from ice cold, to not cold. Luke.
Ooh.
Got that Luke, you're like, So,
Back then you didn't
beer
care,
drinkers that drink beer, you don't drink. I'm not a drinker.
I'm not either.
So, but I'm sure that you don't like your beer.
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm. Well, we get down there. I didn't know no different. It's beer. So first time,
Just holding it made you feel like you're a little taller.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we get down there, and
that's what I do now. I don't drink it. I'll hold it just to make me feel like I'm 5'9".
So I get that beer, and open it up, and I'm like looking around, like, and my cousin's looking at me like, "Are you paranoid, something?" Like, I thought you drank.
Yeah, of course I drank.
So
I just don't like doing it in front of people.
I knew how to open a bottle though, because
you got them cream sodas.
Well, with the Cokes.
Yeah,
and and I'm talking about, look like I've been drinking for years, because I literally put that thing on that rack, hit it, come off, and I'm sitting here and
played it off like I did this before.
I'm sitting here and I get it, and he said, "Well, are you gonna drink or are you gonna look at it?" And I was like, so I just turned it up. When I turned it up, the chunks hit me in my mouth.
Chunks.
It was green.
Oh, bad green.
Bad green. It'd been in there for a couple of years now.
Good night, almighty.
Like the beer. I tell you how old this beer was. The beer was so old that
label changed.
The label had to change. It was I think it had the horses on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the old beer.
Old school.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
got that V top in it.
Yeah.
It's a can.
Well, anyway, so I drank it, and I was like, man, he's like, man, you a wuss. You a girl. And I'm over there spitting it out. I said, beer tastes terrible. I'm just like, I ain't never drank. Well, anyway, so he starts drinking. He's over doing the same thing. This is nasty. We threw it in the river. Well, Mama didn't ever say nothing about it. But every time that when I was like growing up, when you go to a party or something, people ask you if you want a beer or something like that, and I'd try it, and I'm like, and every time that I tasted a beer, it would always taste like that right there. So that's always kept me from drinking.
Well, that's good. Maybe she did that on purpose.
I tell you what, it was terrible. I mean, it's
that's good parenting right there.
Yeah, good parenting for sure.
Good parenting.
She knew. She's like, I know that boy.
Yeah. Hey, I need to buy a 42-year-old Budweiser. Put in the refrigerator.
Yeah. I mean,
I know them kids gonna steal it one of these days. Can't have them liking it.
Oh man, it was terrible.
Well, man, you can talk about Jesus.
You want to talk about Jesus?
Dude.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, so me and my buddy, we was turkey hunting today. His name's Philip Eady, and he's actually going to be preaching for the first time. Like he's a kids minister right now.
Yeah,
and he does kids class, stuff like that. But his preacher's like, hey, I'm going to be out this week. Would love for you to preach. And he's like, yeah, man. He said. He's kind of nervous about it, so we need to pray about it. That he knocks nerves off. But I know he's going to do good. We kind of talked about the subject he's going to be talking about, and it's going to be bomb. And it's like in Isaiah chapter 6. No, yeah, I think it's 6, 7. No, yeah, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And he was kind of telling me about about the stuff of what he's going to talk about, and I said, dude, it's going to be fire. And but we got on the discussion of, and I was thinking about this usually every other morning I'll wake up at like 3 o'clock, and it's like God's laid something on my heart about a scripture or something.
See, I do that from time to time.
Yeah.
It's like you'll have this thought. It's like, okay, you either look more into it, or it's like, that's what I want. I want to get to this in a second. Whenever you finish yours, but this is one of those things that I've got lined up.
Yeah, it just it just throws something in your. It's like the Holy Spirit just kind of. Just throw something on you, and you're like, man. And then I'll usually call my buddy Garrett Tucker, like, because I know he'll be up at about 4 or 5.
He's a good guy, man.
And we talk about different things, and and
his motivation in our text messages, man.
Oh yeah, they're fine.
I'll just be sitting around. I'll just get a random text message.
Yeah.
It's Garrett Tucker in our group chat, and it's like, I don't know. It makes you think. It'll make you pray.
Yeah.
It'll make you want to look up a scripture, just read God's word, and then it's like, then you get to thinking about it. It's like, there's all this joke online of like, oh, you don't want to see the guys' group chat. It's like, I would love to show the world our group chat.
Exactly. And hey, we have a men's group that if any of y'all want to come and join us, we have it every month.
Want to get involved in?
Yeah, we'd love for you to come and hang out. We usually have it up at Garrett's house, and we cook. You don't have to bring nothing; just bring yourself. And
you love Jesus, you'll love it.
Yeah, man. You ain't got to love Jesus. You can learn to love Jesus.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Well, if you don't know anything about Jesus, we'd love to talk to you about it. But
absolutely.
But what me and him was talking about in the woods today. I was thinking about just being in the presence of Jesus, like as a like he. Think about us. We're out fishing.
Right.
And this random dude just walks up.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's up?
Like you know him?
You don't know him. You don't know him. You don't know him. This guy just walks up and he's like, hey, man, you want to go fishing? And he's like, man, we've been fishing here all day.
Oh, yeah.
We've been fishing here all day. And he's like, well, let's go over here and fish this one spot.
I know a good spot.
Yeah, know a good spot. He said, cast your nets on the other side.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they're like, what day? We've been fishing here all day. and just stuff like that. But also, I was thinking about like how, how we love Jesus.
Right.
And how a lot of our friends that's in our group, a men's group and stuff like that. And I was thinking about, how they loved all the apostles, that was around him that went and did all these things. Anything that he told them, like, hey, let's go do this, do that. All the miracles they seen.
Yeah.
But he told them, he was like, y'all are going to deny me. Every one of y'all. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that y'all going to deny me. We're going to be around. And
even they thought that was insane.
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to deny you. And I was thinking about like, okay, if we was in that position, what do you think we would say? Well, like, no, we ain't going to deny you.
Of course not.
We're not going to deny you. But we do. We do. Because you think about all the times like we're on our phones and we're just like, we see something that is, it might be a hot girl on there, and it gets our minds thinking bad things, just lustful things
that veer you away from.
Yeah, veer you away, and then, or you might see, might be looking at hunting all day, but all of a sudden you see something about God, and you're like, oh, I'll look at that later.
Yeah, or it's like you have this thought. It's like, I'm gonna read my Bible.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I'm gonna type out a motivational thing that can motivate people of the faith. But it's like, I'll do that in a minute. I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check TikTok.
I'm gonna check TikTok. Or you could be sitting there and at a drive-through and you see somebody that's really having a bad day, and you're like, man, I need to go. I just, like, the Holy Spirit is like, man, I need to go pray for them. And then you're like, nah, I'm not. That's basically denying. That's denying, because like the Holy Spirit is like telling you, like, hey man, you need to go do this because you don't know what it's going to impact them.
Right.
Like, you don't know, like, they could be ready to go. And
do you understand what you could be saving if you did it?
Yeah.
I don't feel like we put the value on it that it truly deserves by putting off those situations and not acting on it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're literally putting off saving somebody for eternity.
For eternity.
Do you know how vast that is?
Yeah.
You know how long George Washington's been dead?
And a long time.
Like 200-something years. You know how long he's going to be dead? A lot longer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, stuff like that is...
And you got to think about this too, like, as, like, you know, the impact that we could, like, there ain't no telling how many times we could have done something that we didn't do.
Right.
Like,
I got a lot of things like that that I think about.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have said something there. I wish I would have done this. But
there was an instance just Thursday night, and I haven't told anybody this, but I've just thought about it.
Yeah.
There was a pretty big dispute at the ball game, right? 10U ball game. But like,
hey, it gets wild.
It did. It was pretty wild, you know. And but afterwards, like their team, like we shook hands and stuff, and some of them met in the middle. I don't know if that's what they do, and they were going to have their own team meeting right there. I don't know, but honestly, I thought about it. It's like, what if we would have brought our kids right there with them, and after everything that happened, the hectic situation that played out, what if we would have just stopped and just said a prayer?
Yeah.
Just all of us together.
Well, that's the wild dogs. Who's this?
We'll pause for a second.
Oh, go ahead and hit this.
I'm guessing my mother is picking up my youngest son.
Okay.
Yeah, be all right. But anyway,
yeah, just like this, the small things that you wouldn't think that are big things, but they are. They can turn into big things. Like, this is small, like a small thing. Like, hey man, I'm just calling it. Like, we had this guy that's been struggling with some stuff, you know, dealing with some stuff and with his family and just his job and health and everything. And me and one of my buddies, you know, I was like, hey man, have you talked to so and so in a while? And he's like, no, I hadn't. He said, well, let's call him. So we call him, and you don't know. Well, I was talking to my buddy about this. He said, you don't know. He said, but that I felt that was the time that we needed to call him.
Wow.
And we could just really tell it in his voice that he was going through something at that time.
Right.
And but you just don't know. You know, if you ever get something laid on your heart that you know that you.
And what if you don't say anything?
Yeah.
You know what happens?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Never know. But if it's from God, man, you need to run to it.
Right.
100%. If you think you get that feeling, it's like, man, that's.
And that's another thing. It's like we're commanded to do so.
Yeah.
Like go out and make disciples.
Fishermen of men.
Yeah. And with Easter being recently, this past weekend, I've actually talked about this a lot. Like when we do the Lord's Supper and stuff like that, you know, we recognize the death of Jesus, the sacrifice that He made. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of the times as Christians, we look at the cross, while it is the most significant part of it, it's not the only thing that He sacrificed.
Yeah.
I've actually got a note that I wrote out about it.
Yeah.
And it's He was betrayed, He was unjustly tried, He was beaten and crucified on a Roman cross.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, this seems to be the only part that we think about. While the cross, it's certainly the peak of His sacrifice that solidifies our salvation and is to be held in a very high regard, we shouldn't look over the rest of the story. The cross is not the only sacrifice that our Lord made to save us from the mess that we caused.
Yeah.
Sin.
Yeah.
In Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8, it says this: "Have this attitude in yourselves, which was also in Christ Jesus, who, although He existed in the form of God, He did not regard equality with God a thing to be grasped, but He emptied Himself, taking the form of a bondservant, and being made in the likeness of men. Being found in appearance as a man, He humbled Himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross." Now let's read this part again. "Although He existed in the form of God, did not regard equality with God a thing to be grasped, but he emptied himself, taking on the form of a bondservant. Do you understand the depths of his love yet? Knowing what had to be done to save us, God basically said, I'll give up everything to save them. He was willing to give up his throne, his power, and be tempted in all the ways that we are. Hebrews chapter 4:15. He was equal with the Father, but yet he lowered himself to be in absolute submission to the Father. John 6:38. At any moment, he had the power to call a legion of angels to stop the cruelty being done to him, but no, he allowed it to happen anyway. Matthew 26:53. Now, after giving up all that magnificence, he gave up his life on a brutal Roman cross so that you and I can simply be in his presence.
That's awesome.
That is why this is the greatest love story that was ever told.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Greatest love story, man, for sure. Like, it's unfathomable of what.
he didn't have to do it.
No.
But because he loved us so much, he did it anyway.
That's basically like saying, like, this guy that you completely didn't know just walked up, like, say a guy's holding a gun to your head in a robbery, and the guy just walks up and said, hang on, dude. Go ahead. Let me take this.
Yeah.
Let me take this. Let me take this. Let me take this.
The thing about that is, that guy knows you,
Yeah, exactly.
but you don't know him.
Yeah.
But you could.
Could. Yeah.
You could know him. Let him
could.
save you.
Yeah, let him save you. Let him save you.
And y'all go out for some coffee.
That's right. Go out for coffee.
Some of that black coffee.
That's right.
And watch the old men smoke cigarettes.
That's right. That's right. Dude, man. It's amazing.
And I think a lot of the times as Christians, we focus so much about avoiding hell.
Yeah.
It's not about avoiding hell. It's about finally being able to see your very best friend face to face.
Yeah. For sure.
That's what it's about. Hell should be in the back. It should be in the picture.
Yeah.
It should be what you trying to save other people from, but you're not worried about it.
No, not worried about it. We're like, hey man, I'm trying to see what them turkeys gonna be like up there.
Yeah.
I don't like, hey man, I got me a spot up there. You know, make sure you hope you on the same ridge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
guys, we've had a great time hanging out with y'all. If there's anything y'all want to ask us in the comments before we head on out, thanks for joining us and hanging out with us. My name's Dex Roberts. This is Chance.
we're the Dirt Floor Pour Podcast. You can catch us on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook.
And we hadn't got our TikTok done yet, but we'll get that on there.
Yeah,
we'll get on TikTok.
We'll get some more.
Not TikTok. We've got TikTok. I'm talking about Snapchat.
Oh, we need Snapchat too, don't
We hadn't done a Snapchat.
We ain't made a Snapchat. That's a good idea. Give us a follow and go subscribe to our YouTube. You can catch the whole episode and other archives that we have available.
Appreciate it, guys.
Till next time.
Well, we got to read.
Oh, let's see what kind of comments we got. You got live scope on that old boat there? No, we don't. We look for a good spot and see if we can catch some there. Dirt Floor Pour, buddy.
That's right.
Let's see. We had a bunch of viewers, man.
Heck yeah.
I mean, a bunch of them. You got some follows. I'm just going through reading comments now. Somebody said, Dexter, tell them about that rat hunting.
Who's that? Who said?
Tyler Sowens.
Oh, I done told him about the rat.
Yeah, that's in our first episode.
I've done talked about the rat hunting. Me and Honey Bun, we got up. We went. I'll tell you a little.
What is this?
We went to the corn crib. We ran out of shells. I think we were shooting them with BB gun beforehand, and we ran out of shells of BBs. Ran out of BBs, so we went up to Mama's house and got the shotgun, and we blew holes all in.
That is insane.
Blew holes all in our corn crib, shooting rats.
I bet she was happy.
What was that? What was the other ones you read?
Something about fragging. If the draft happens, fragging's going to be bonkers.
Oh yeah.
Somebody said, "Hey, Chance." Andy, my buddy Andy Miner said, "What's up, fellas?" Somebody said Scoville. Keith Smith. Oh, he lives in Brilliant. All right. We had a bunch of people viewing.
Going down. There might be some more folks that's commented on anything.
Showed up late. Y'all have a good one.
Who's that?
Flash.
Flash.
You can catch the whole thing on YouTube or Spotify. I'd like to have more followers on Spotify.
Yeah. What kind?
Kill that spider.
That's you, man. You the spider killer.
He did, boy.
What's up? Y'all need to poison the place or something.
All right.
All right,
We're going
guys,
to check out.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you.